I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real honest. When people ask me, do I believe in Jesus Christ? I like to downplay who I am. So I say I don't give them a direct answer because I like to hear people's minds too. I'm like that. So y'all forgive me. If I ever come across you, Joe, and you act, I ain't gonna tell you my secrets though. But I have my little ways of doing things. But when people come up to me and ask me, do I believe in Jesus Christ? I don't tell them yes or no because I want to hear what they idea of what it is, and I'll be like, I give them the indication that I don't. Let's just say that. And they always give me their opinions, and I know that if I give them my opinion or give them my perspective, they're gonna not agree with me. Because if people ask me, do I believe in Jesus Christ? I say, yeah. And then I come at them and say, I am Jesus in modern day time. You are looking at Christ. And a lot of people that is deep into religion or Christianity, when I give them certain kind of answers, they immediately withdraw from me. They immediately call me either Satan or Lucifer or blasphemous or atheist. But it's not that. Like, I am Jesus Christ in modern day time. And when I tell people that, they be like, no, you not. There's only one J. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And when and one thing about Christianity and religious people, once you show them that you're not in their cult, that's a wrap. They don't want to hear shit you gotta say. And I'm like, okay. And what a lot of people don't know is that if you're going to be in religion or Christianity, one thing that it's certain things that people don't understand when it comes down to religion and Christianity. A lot of people don't understand these things is that when Jesus Christ died, right? He resurrected. That means he was born again. And when you tell people this, when you try to break it down to them, it's like they don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear it. And that means that if you die right now, Joe, if you die right now, you can be born again, right? You can reincarnate and you can be born again. And you're going to have a new body. And you're going to have a new name. Your name will no longer be Joe. So if you died right now, Joe, today, and you reincarnate here another 8 years from now, your name will no longer be Joe anymore. Right? You're going to have a whole new body. A whole new body. That means you were born again. That means you resurrected. And that means that if Jesus Christ was on this earth 2,000 years ago, and they said that he died and he rose the third day, that means he became a new man. Right? A new man with a new name and a new body. Now, the fact that we are all reincarnated, we don't remember our past lives. You don't remember who you were in your past life. I don't remember who I was in my past life. Now, how do we know that the spirit and the soul of Jesus Christ is not on earth right now in a new body, but the person just don't remember who they were? Now, if you get a new name or a new body, it doesn't mean that you was always going to be in the same sex. Because I could have been a man in my past life. You could have been a woman in your past life, Joe. We don't know who we were. We get new, different experiences, right? So how do we know that the soul and the spirit of the person that was called Jesus Christ that was on this earth 2,000 years ago, how do we not know that that same soul and that same spirit is not in another person that's walking this earth right now? They just forgot who they were 2,000 years ago. And that person could be a woman. How do we not know that? And hey, Chanel, And the reason why we don't know these and we don't exercise our minds that far away, because the indoctrination, and we have been indoctrinated so deeply until they have controlled us to not think that deep. A lot of people consider me as a deep thinker. I don't consider myself to be a deep thinker. Thank you, Chanel. A lot of people, I don't consider myself to be a deep thinker. I just consider myself to be a damn thinker. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to that deep level of thinking. And one thing that I learned, that when you put yourself into a club or a cult or whatever it is, they don't allow you to think deep. You're not even allowed to question your leader. You're not even allowed to question your master. Why is you not allowed to question your leader or your master? Like, if I'm going to serve you, and I'm going to worship you, and I'm going to put my life in your hands to get me to salvation, why can't I ask you any questions? I'm putting my life in your hands to get me to salvation, and I can't ask you no questions? I can't do that. I can't get to know you. I can't come to you for no guidance. And that's something that we don't think about. We don't think about these type of things. And the only thing that I try to do on my page is I try to get people to think. That's it. I just try to get people to think. I don't want people to denounce what they believe in. You believe in what you want to believe in. You believe in what you want to believe in. I have nothing against that. I have nothing to say about that. But whatever you believe in, just think and be able to think. Because a lot of times we don't want to think. We rather have other people think for us. And right now, what I'm doing is, like I said earlier in my live, is that I'm going through a deep fasting and a deep detox, where I have to rearrange my mind and rearrange my thinking, because we are in a very spiritual year. We are in 2025 is a very spiritual year. It's the whole year, not just September, not just November, not just December, but the whole year 2025 is the year of the 9. 2025 is the 9th year. It's the year of the 9. It's the 9th year. It's the year of completion. And this is why we are going through. If y'all notice, 2025 been a crazy year. Everything is tearing apart. Everything is revealing itself for what it is. And the reason why that is because we are in the year of the 9. This is the year for you to tear down your old selves, anything that hinders you. This is the year to think outside the box. This is the time for you to get outside the box and be the best person you can be. If it means that you got to think different, do it. If it means that you got to get out of that old relationship, do it. If it means you got to get away from that job, do it. If it means that you got to start shutting the hell up, do it. If it means you got to talk a little bit more, do it. Do whatever you got to do to bring out the best person of who you are. Not just in the physical, but the spiritual. Because a lot of us don't understand, and a lot of us is not aware of, is that a lot of the things that happen in our lives that traumatized us and gave us wounds, we are still living in those wounds. We are still living in that trauma by the decisions that we make and the life that we live. You'd be surprised how many people is actually living right now and is still traumatized by what they went through until they make decisions of it. Like if you was, for an example, if you was raped in your life, right? For the rest of your life, you're going to always be traumatized by that. So you're going to be making decisions, and because you're going to be real cautious. You're going to be very aware, right? And when you make these decisions, oh, okay. And when you make these decisions, right, you're going to be thinking in ways that another person that had been what you went through ain't going to think that way. So, oh yeah, I forgot. So what we have to do is that even though it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard for a lot of us to like, you can't just dismiss what you went through in your life. You can't dismiss that. Whatever you went through in your life, any wounds or trauma that you went through in your life, you can't dismiss that. You can't act like that it ain't never happened. But what we have to do is that we have to take our past trauma and our past lives, like our past trauma, our past wounds, we have to use that as power. We have to start taking what the devil did to us, all the pain and all the hurt, all the trauma and all the wounds that the devil has ever given to us. We need to start taking these pains and these trauma and start using it as power. And stop using it to hinder you. Because if we don't, we are going to fall in the trap. And we are going to be slaves for the rest of our lives. Because we are allowing the devil to use his weapons on us. And it is literally beating the hell out of us. So what we have to do as human beings, as entities, as people, we have to take these weapons and these wounds and these trauma that the devil has been giving us all our lives. And we got to say, you know what? Why? We ain't taking this beating no more. It's time for us to take these weapons and use it to empower us and beat the hell out of him with it. That's what we have to do. Because if not, we are always going to be victims of the devil. We're going to always be victim. Because every time when he slashed down a weapon, we're going to fall to our feet. And we're going to lay there. And eventually you're going to lay there and you won't be able to wake back up. And you won't be able to get up. But it don't matter how many times you fall. It's how many times you get up. You can fall throughout your life. But remember, every time when you fall, when you get up, you are better than what you were before. You know more. You are more empowered. And you may fall again. Because right now, I am who I am. And I consider myself to be very anointed. I am. I consider myself to be that way. And I know I'm that way. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to dismiss myself. I know who the hell I am. And I fall. I fall sometimes. And sometimes when I fall, I'll be like, man, this is a hard fall. You know? But I get back up. And sometimes when you trying to get back up, it may be a little hard for you to get back up. Because sometimes that fall can hit your ass hard. And when you trying to get up, it's going to be a little hard. And while the devil sees that you trying to get up, he's going to be still beating you down. But eventually when you get up, who you are when you finally get up, you was more stronger than what you were before you even fell. And at that point, the devil realized he can't do nothing with you. Once the devil get the realization that he can't do nothing with you or to you, he is going to be at your feet. He's going to be at your mercy. He's going to be begging you to forgive him. Because eventually he's going to realize there's nothing I can do with this woman. There's nothing I can do with this man. I've been trying my damnness to kill this woman, to break this woman. And this woman keep getting up and being more better than what she was before I broke her ass. Eventually, he's going to have to fall down on his knees and praise you and worship you. Because you already showed him he has no power over you. You already showed him who's God. And this is what we have to do. We have to show the universe who's God. We got to constantly keep standing up. And every time when we stand up, we got to get better. We can't just stand up just because we can and don't know or learn anything from it. Every experience that we have in our life, at some point we are going to break. We are going to fall. It's not about breaking and falling. It's about basically learning what you learned, why you was falling, why you failed. You may go through a deep heartbreak. A deep heartbreak. That man or that woman could have broken your heart, right? Hey, that man or that woman could have broken your heart to where though you would have never thought you were going to recover from that. But let that broken heart enlighten you. Let that broken heart strengthen you So when you get into your next relationship, you're not going to be bitter. You're not going to be cold. You're not going to sabotage it. You're going to learn because you learned from your last. When a lot of times when we get into relationships, we let these relationships make us bitter. I hear a lot of women saying, I don't need a man. Why you don't need a man? I ain't gonna sit and tell you I don't need it. I do need a man. Yes, the hell I do. I am a very horny being. I don't want to fuck myself. I don't know how to fix a damn tire. I need a man to do that. And do I want to learn how to fix a tire? Hell no, I don't want to learn. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't need a man. I need one. I ain't going to say, and I'm not going to let no other men make me bitter. All the relationships that I have been in, I have learned from these relationships. And my last relationship broke me. Like my relationship that I just got out of, it broke me to the core. It broke me. And the reason why it broke me the way that it did, because I was really deep in love with this man. I was in love with this sucker. And when he showed me that he wasn't the one for me, I kept trying and trying and trying. And he kept breaking and breaking and breaking me. And eventually I said, I can't do this shit no more. But I didn't let his experience, my experience with him, I didn't let that experience break me. I made it empower me. Because he taught me what I deserve and he taught me what I didn't deserve. So the next man that I get with, I'm going to take my lessons, my experience. And when I meet the man, I know what kind of man I want now. I'm going to know what to look for. So if you don't give me what I want, if you're not showing me that you're on that level that I need, you got to go. Because I already went through an experience. I already went through an experience with my last man. And he showed me what I deserve. He showed me what I don't deserve. So I'm not going to let him make me bitter and say, fuck men, I don't want men. I'm not going to sabotage the next man. Because sometimes you're going to have to go through hell. Sometimes when you walk through hell and when you walk through that fire, it's only setting you up so you can go through the light, so you can go through the heavens. This bad relationship that I just got out of was pure hell for me. And it basically could be my open door to receive the man that is for me. Because I had to go through hell just to endure what heaven feels like. So the next man that I get with is going to be everything that I could ever imagine. I'm going to think like, damn, do I deserve this man? And my answer is going to be, yes, the fuck you do. Yes, you do. You deserve it. And right now I had to go through that. So sometimes we go through lessons in life that we don't understand. Sometimes we go through experience in life that we don't understand. Like right now, we are all human beings living in this life and we don't understand, why the hell am I even here? Why are we living like this? Did I sign up for this? There's no fucking way that I am living on earth where I gotta pay to live, I gotta pay to eat. Like, did I really sign up for this shit? We are living in a reality where we gotta pay to live. This is hell that we are in. Have anybody ever thought that maybe we are going through this hell because this hell is basically showing us how powerful we are? Because if you can live in hell, if you can live and endure in hell and come out even stronger, you deserve to be in heaven. You deserve everything that heaven has for you because you already went through hell and you indulged in it. It's not that you played in it. It's not that you participate in it. It's that you was able to identify what hell is and it made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you powerful until so when you first was born in this hell, when you died from it, you were a god. You understand? So now that you are a god or a goddess, you went through hell. So the devil now knows I can't do nothing with this person. I didn't put this person through hell. Now you have no choice but to be praised for the rest of your eternal being. This is why we're living in the hell that we are living in right now. It's not because we deserved it. It's not that we are being punished. It's just that we are going through this hell so we can see our strength. We are going through this hell so we can learn who we are. Because if you can learn who you are in the midst of hell when you don't have no sense of direction, if you can still be empowered through all of this, You deserve to be praised for the rest of your eternal life. And that's the whole meaning and purpose of heaven. Heaven is just not being in heaven with Jesus and living. No. Being in heaven is being within you. Because you have lived through hell. You have indulged through this your whole entire life. And for you to still be powerful and have more wisdom and knowledge and be strengthened to where though you can look at the devil and laugh. And you can identify who the devil is. The devil can't do nothing to you. The devil gonna look at you and be like, damn, I want to be like that person. That's why you are here. Because the devil want to be just like you. The devil hates you. Why you think the devil hates you so much? Why do you think that the devil hates you so much? The devil hates you so much because the devil wants to be you. This is why we are living in a reality where fear is the number one thing. Fear is the number one thing. The devil try to get us in fear. And the reason why the devil need to get us in fear because he is in more fear of us than we are of him. The devil want to be just like you. Hey, ladies. The devil want to be just like you. So the fact that the devil can never be you, the devil rather put you in hell and put you through it. And put you through it. And as long as we indulge in it and let this level and let this devil beat us, we're going to always be thinking like, you know what? Maybe I deserve this. Maybe I shouldn't. No, it's not that. You are powerful. You are very powerful. You are extremely powerful. And the people that is living around you, the people that is controlling this dimension, they know how powerful you are. They knew how powerful you were the moment you came out of your mother's womb. Why do you think we're being watched? Why do you think every day of our lives they are monitoring what we do? They are monitoring what we think. They are monitoring how we act, where we go. They monitor you because they know who you are. You don't know who you are because they want to be just like you. They got us in this firmament. They got us in this bubble because they want to see how come we are so powerful. They don't have that power. And we have to continue to live in our truth. Because honestly, a lot of people say, oh, we're not living in hell. Yes, we are. We are living in hell. You got to pay to live. When life's supposed to be free, we got to pay to live. When life was supposed, think about that. We got to pay to live. You have to pay to live. Let that soak in your head. Did you ever wake up one day and think to yourself, ever, damn, I'm actually paying to live. If I don't got no money, I ain't going to live. But yet money is the root of all evil. But yet if I don't have no money, I can't live. So I need a piece of evil in order to live. And on top of that, you live in a very materialistic. What if we didn't live in a materialistic world? What if we didn't live in a materialistic world at all? Where you didn't need no money to live. And now everybody is talking about the mark of the beast. We have always been living in the mark of the beast. Right now we are coming into a new mark. But the dollar bill with the mark of the beast, if they tell you that money is the root of all evil, that is a mark. Because we got to work for that evil. We'll do whatever we got to do to get that dollar bill, won't you? You will kill your own mama. You will kill your own son. You will even go against yourself to get that dollar bill. Right? That is a mark. That is the root of all evil. That is a mark. So right now, we are coming into a new mark. The dollar bill is beginning to be old now. That's the old way of living. That is in the old generation. That's in the Old Testament. Right now, we are a part of the Old Testament. When y'all read the Bible and y'all see the Old Testament and the New Testament, we are a part of the New Old Testament. So when y'all read that Bible and y'all go back to the Old Testament and then y'all catch up to the New Testament, erase that Old Testament of the Bible. We are a part of the Old Testament. We are the Old Testament. Now they are creating the New Testament, this new way of living that we are coming into, this AI generated reality that we are coming. It's the New Testament, people. We are the Old Testament. And look how we had to drown. Look how we had to suffer in this Old Testament. And look how much, if you give into yourself, if you denounce yourself, look at the New Testament. They're already showing us what it is. Now, if you go into the Old Testament of the Bible, it's hard, ain't it? God was killing every damn body, wasn't he? God was a hell of a God, wasn't he? God was killing everything and everybody in the Old Testament. You didn't do what he liked, he killed your ass, didn't he? That was a hell of an Old Testament. Now look at this Old Testament that we are currently living in. You don't do what they tell you to do, they already got your ass planned to be destroyed. Look at it. History is only rewinding itself. We are in the writings of a new book. That's all that we in. Thank you for the gift. That's all that we in. We are in the book. We are rewriting history. We are history. We are his story. We are history, people. We are a part of the Old Testament. And when they come up with this new way of life, what they doing now, that's going to be the New Testament. Because to what I see, before I get off of this live, to what I see, people, I'm going to be real. I'm not even talking about the earth right now, because I'm not trying to get that deep on this live. But this is what I see. This is what I see as in the United States. What I'm looking at is, don't quote me, because everybody has their own different opinions. But I'm not only just looking at a show. I'm looking at something that a lot of people is not really seeing. Because every day when I walk out my door, I'm going to be real honest with y'all. When I walk out of my door, I don't see blacks. I don't see whites. All I see is immigrant workers. And I don't mean Hispanics or Ecuadorians that got their paperwork, that was born here. I ain't talking about them. When I look outside of my door, I see more immigrant workers than anybody. When the electricians come here and work on the streets, all of them are immigrants. When I look at the corner stores now, all of them are immigrants. And what I'm looking at is Americans are going to be the new immigrants. And the immigrants are going to be the new Americans. This is what I see. And right now, what they're doing is they are giving us this illusion that they are trying to get rid of all the immigrants. And they're trying to clean up the state. But that's not what I see. Eventually, within the next 5 years, Americans is going to be looking at the immigrants as though we're trying to be like them now. Because we are going to be the new immigrants. And the immigrants are going to be the new Americans. This white guy that I know been working at the same store for 10 years. They fired him. He was only making $15 an hour. They fired him because an immigrant came in there that was willing to work for $10. And this man been working in this store for years, making $15. And they fired him because they found the immigrant that was willing to work way less and work many hours. And you think that Trump don't know that? Half of the shit that we wear is made from China. Have anybody ever happened to ask all this money that's supposed to come from tariff, where's all that money going at? We got to pay tariffs now. Where's all this money going at? And we as Americans, we not paying attention. I can't say that we are not paying attention. I can't say that we are not paying, because we are being distracted with so much shit. And far as the aliens, people, ain't no fucking aliens here. How in the hell do we got aliens coming from different galaxies and planets and we living in a dome? We are the aliens. We are alien disguised in human body. The aliens is already here. The aliens are the one that's controlling this whole motherfucker. Ain't no aliens coming here. We are the aliens. You are a fucking alien. You don't know where you come from. The only thing you know is that you are a human being living in a human body. Ain't no aliens here. You are the alien. They are lying to us. And anything that comes out of the ocean, believe me, they always been here. They in the ocean. They have been lying to us about everything. Do y'all really think that is something up there in that ceiling? The only thing that is up there in that ceiling is a mirror that is watching us. We're in a basically fish tank. And we are the fish. We are fish that is floating around in a fish tank. And when you look up at that fish tank, right? When you look up at this fish tank, the only thing you're going to see is the people that own the fish tank. Think about it. Think about it. When you look at a fish tank, right? When you have a fish tank in your home, look at it. Picture a fish tank inside of your on your living room table. Let's visualize it for a second. Picture a fish, even if you got a fish tank in your house right now. All of those fish that is inside the fish tank, they are not aware that they are in a fish tank. The only thing they know is that they are alive and they are swimming. They are doing what they were born to do, was to swim. They don't know where they are. They don't even know how they got there. All they know is that they are in the water that they belongs in, right? They are alive. That's all they know, right? But now you got you that's looking at the fish tank and you own the fish tank. You are able to feed the fish whenever, however you want. You can look down inside of the fish tank. You can control that fish tank. But meanwhile, the fish don't even know that they are being controlled. Meanwhile, the fish don't even know that they have powers or not. The only thing the fish know is that it exists. And it's in water. And this is how we are. We are fish living in a fish tank. We don't know who watching over us. We don't know who owns the fish tank. We don't know what they're doing. They can take us, put us in new water if they wanted to. They can do whatever they want to do. All we know is that we are human beings. And that we are living on earth. And that we exist. That's all we know. We don't know shit else. And then we were trained and programmed and indoctrinated to think that God Almighty is the owner of this fish tank. Think about that. Think about that. And when y'all think about that, if you don't own a fish tank, go to an aquarium and go look at the sharks and the dolphins and shit. And they just swimming. They not aware that they don't belong in the water. They just swimming. And right now we are just living. We don't know where we come from. We don't know how we got here. We don't know nothing. The only thing we know is that we are earthlings. And that God Almighty created all of this. That's all we know. And this is all they told us. Well, what if you found out that you was actually a fish living in a fish tank, and this whole time you was in the wrong kind of water? You was in the wrong kind of tank. And the whole time the water in the tank that you in was hindering your growth. And when you get into the right fish tank and you get into the right water, you will start growing. Think about that. What? Think about that. And when you think about that, that's when you're going to start getting to know who you really are. What's up, mother? No, I don't want none. Jerry? That's when you're going to start really getting to know who you really are. Because you're going to realize, wait a minute, I am a fish. But I've been the same size for the last 12 fucking years. I'm still dumb. I'm still the same size. I'm still floating in the same circular way. Ain't shit going about me. Eventually, you got to get the mindset, well, wait, man, hold up. We ain't drinking the right water. We are not even in that right environment. We are not even breathing in the right air. We are not even eating the right food. Because we are fish that is in the wrong tank. So once you get self-aware that you are a human being and you are not in your right environment, that's when you're going to start going within yourself to understand, why the fuck am I even here then? Because if you can live in this earth, being a human being, and you know this is not where you belong, if you can be in this earth and be aware of that, and you can grow and be stronger and know who you are, then you deserve to be in the fish tank. You deserve to be on the earth that you belongs in. Because you are aware that where you are, you ain't supposed to fucking be here. Think about that.